Thursday, August the 18th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Thought this was a neat visible satellite loop from yesterday showing you the blow-ups of these big thunderstorms that were scattered across the region. Had some pretty intense storms here and there. A number of severe thunderstorm warnings required as yesterday rolled along. Hot day across the region too. There's a look at our highs from yesterday across the southeast. And again, some of the hottest temperatures in the southeast, focused right here across Georgia and up into the Carolinas. Another 99-degree day down in Fayetteville yesterday. 97 high in Raleigh and Charlotte. Columbia 97, 94 in Elizabeth City. Everybody in the Triad viewing area 90 or better yesterday. 95 in Burlington. Winston-Salem at 92. Greensboro 94. Again, 97 in Charlotte, 97 in Rock Hill yesterday. Gastonia 97, 96 in Monroe. Just another hot and really sticky day across the region. These are temperatures this morning. A lot of 70s on the board. Still 80 in Cape Hatteras, 64 there in Boone. Dew points still way, way up there as this very, very humid setup is stuck in place. But changes are coming. More on that in just a second. Yesterday, pretty good coverage of scattered thunderstorms. Some of these storms are pretty intense. As we went through the afternoon into the early evening hours yesterday, we did see, again, a number of severe thunderstorm warnings issued yesterday. There is a look at the storm reports across the region. I'll highlight a couple of them here. Let's go right to Center City, Charlotte. Had a number of issues there around the Charlotte metro area. Some trees down, including there right around Center City. As we went through the mid to late afternoon hours yesterday, again, a few of the storm reports. 547 Dilworth area had a tree down. They had a tree down there, and also a house on a home, and also a home struck by lightning there. Those types of reports fairly common with these bigger thunderstorms. Then you go further to the north up into Surry County. Well, wait for our picture to pop back in. There you go. Surry County had a couple storms there around Dobson, or a couple of reports rather from a storm near Dobson yesterday. Same deal, some trees coming down in that region. A very uneven distribution of rain. Parts of the Triad viewing area, 1 and 2 inches of rain, a little bullseye of around 3 inches there in the parts of Wilkes County. And again, around the Charlotte metro had some issues with flash flooding as well. And I'll just pop a few of these rain totals here on the map here. And you had some pretty big numbers with that fairly persistent thunderstorm activity that developed later in the afternoon hours yesterday. Now, as we take a look at the setup for today, quiet this morning, but we're watching the goings-on off to the west of us, especially here in Middle Tennessee and the Cumberland Plateau. A little disturbance is driving some pretty good early morning thunderstorms. And that's heading in our direction. And I believe here's a look at the high resolution modeling as that disturbance continues to work off to the east. We wind up here in the Carolinas with a pretty good round of these scattered thunderstorms here as we head into the afternoon and the early evening hours. So, scattered thunderstorms on tap for today. Like yesterday, some of the storms could be locally strong to severe. So if you isolated severe storms, a possibility. Damaging winds, lightning, and localized flash flooding, your biggest threats from the storms today. There's your highs. Not quite as hot, but still pretty hot across the region. Now, as we get into tomorrow, going to maintain that chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms for our Friday. There's your highs. And then through the weekend, same basic idea. Scattered thunderstorms remaining a possibility. There's your Saturday highs, and Sunday, fairly similar, maybe a couple ticks hotter. But then big changes. More on that in just a second. Tropical update time here. We still have the tropical system in the eastern Atlantic. Now is now Tropical Storm Fiona listed at 45 miles per hour for the sustained winds. There's the official National Hurricane Center track, generally northwestward through the Atlantic. I'll show you a couple of other models on Fiona coming up here in just a moment. But again, big change in the upper level pattern for early next week. Watch this trough diving in. That's going to bring I think, a welcome weather change in the opinion of most folks. All right, so here's what's happening aloft. Now, this is valid Saturday morning, European model. Notice this big trough diving into the northern parts of the country, and as you get into Sunday evening, of course, the main energy of that trough well to the north. But that's going to be enough to send a pretty good cold front through here by Sunday night or Monday morning, and behind it, some really nice, refreshing type of air. Height fields, that ridge that had been overhead the past couple of days, flattening out just a bit, and then here comes that trough. This is valid Sunday, and then you get out into Monday. That trough will have delivered the cooler and drier air into the eastern part of the country. GFS model today showing you the scattered thunderstorms out there. And again, tomorrow, Saturday, and then Sunday as this cold front approaches, scattered thunderstorm chances continuing. Now, here we go Monday. That front off to the south of us. That is a cooler drier area of high pressure building into the eastern part of the country. In fact, check out the dew point temperatures Monday afternoon on the GFS, that much drier air punching into the region. Here we are on Tuesday, looking good. We're talking highs probably mid to maybe low 80s in some spots next week, lows well into the 60s, and that is going to feel downright refreshing. There's Wednesday, same basic idea. And then out to Thursday still, that cooler, drier, high pressure, the main weather player across the region. So a lot of next week looking very, very nice weather-wise. All right, let me shift gears back to the tropics very quickly. Now, Fiona, this is where the NavGem model puts this at 180 hours. Now, it's interesting to note you had this secondary ridge developing overhead. That's the ridge that moves into the eastern part of the country and affects us next week. And if that's the case, that might shut Fiona more back toward the west once again. It would still probably escape out to sea before making a run at the east coast, but it's interesting to see how that ridge is moving into the eastern part of the country might try to trap Fiona further to the south. Now, the GFDL model recurves this way, way east of Bermuda. There's Bermuda right there, and then there's Fiona well east. And that's certainly a possibility, too. Again, the stronger this gets sooner, the more likely it is to recurve to the north. But I don't think it's necessarily a certainty that I can say this is going to completely miss the East Coast. So something to watch down the road. It most likely escapes out to sea, but certainly worth keeping an eye on. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.